Alright guys, what is going on? My name is Brando Olinik and welcome to this video. I'm pretty excited. This is actually a little bit of a different video than what I normally shoot, but it pertains around the same thing. Tips on lifestyle, tips on business, tips on life in general. And today we're going to talk about something specific. I want to talk about necessarily or not necessarily work in general, but that's kind of what we're going to be pertaining to. So I want to give you guys just some insight and tips and advice when it comes down to, you know, going back to work after vacation, going back to work after maternity leave, and things that, you know, you just need to know. Because after you take a vacation, after you take a break, you're kind of in this post-depression, right? And you guys know what I mean. Like after you have maternity leave, after 9 months, I mean, that's a long time, depending on if you were able to get 9 months off or not. After a while, I mean, even a vacation, a couple of weeks, you come back to work and it's back to the grindstone, right? It's back to doing something that maybe you're not very passionate about doing. Maybe you're just there because you get a paycheck. And what you need to do, the first thing you need to do, if that is the case, you need to identify what the core reasons why you're doing your job. And when you identify the reasons why you're doing your job, you can be a little bit more enlightened, a little bit more excited about it. And I'm not saying that for everyone. Some of you guys are going to be like, Brando, I hate my effing job. Don't tell me to force myself to like my job. That's not what I'm saying, okay? But if your job is paying the bills, it's putting food in your baby's mouth, it's allowing you to take more vacations, just be appreciative of that, because not everyone in the world can actually do that, and you have it made in the shade compared to third world countries. All right, you're living a rich lifestyle, and take opportunity of that. Okay, so the best tip I can give you, if you are a mom and you went on maternity leave, and I'll talk about you vacationers here in a second. If you're a mom, you went on maternity leave, you know that's a long break, and now you're going back into work. The best thing I can give you is don't go back with depression, like you're not seeing your child, you know, you're not going to be able to spend time with your child because you got to work and all this stuff. A lot of people will veer towards that, all the negatives and all the pressure, and I understand that if you're a parent. I totally get that. You want to see your kid, you want to raise your kid and everything, but then you got to keep in mind, you were able to do what you're able to do, provide the house, the food, the shelter for your baby, for your loved one, because of your job, or maybe your spouse's job as well. Okay, if you're with someone. If you're not, then yeah, it's because of your job. So you need to just be acceptance of that, all right, and just take it on the chin. And if you really don't like that, then maybe change your career, all right? Look at a career path that you can change into. If you really absolutely dread your job like I did back in 2014 working at Red Lobster, and I talk about it all the time, all right, because I absolutely hated it. And I know some of you guys can relate with that. You know, I hated my job. Vacation, I came back completely depressed, and it wasn't post-depression. I mean, I was depressed before I went there and after vacation. It was just like, it was no comprende for Brando. I was not having it, and Red Lobster was not having me. I was a good worker and they liked me, but it wasn't something that I could see myself progressing in and being and fulfilling myself. Like, I wasn't fulfilling a higher purpose working there as a baker, and because I wasn't fulfilling a higher purpose, I didn't like it, okay? And you need to identify if you feel the same way about your job and your career, all right, after a break, maternity leave, after vacation, you need to ask yourself, maybe it's time to change up your career. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying just quit your job immediately. I'm saying look into things that you're more passionate about, or things that can allow you to do the things that you want. I mean, if you came back from maternity leave and you want to be able to spend more time with your kid without hiring a nanny or worrying about money, maybe being a business entrepreneur woman or something in those lines is for you. If you're someone who got back from vacation, maybe you could apply for a job as a you know, flight attendant, okay? Or maybe you could get your pilot license, and maybe you could fly planes eventually. Like, you can dream anything out there, and you can absolutely achieve it if you put your mind to it, and if you actually have a desire to do those things. If there's no desire and there's no passion for it, you're not going to have the drive, you're not going to have the motive to actually do it. Does that make sense? So those are my tips for you guys. After vacation or maternity leave, because those are the biggest ones people take out there. If you're feeling post-depression, all right, just look at it as an advantage, not a disadvantage. Don't look at the negatives, look at the advantages. You know, working your job is going to pay the bills, pay rent, pay nanny, pay to put a roof over your head, pay to put food in your kid's mouth and your mouth. All right, that's really, really good. But if after you look at all the good things, you're like, there's still something missing to the piece of the puzzle. You know, it's like, it's not just the job, it's the people at work. You know, it's just the job in general. I don't feel like I'm fulfilling myself. Then career change. All right, you need to do a career change. And I'm not saying just quit your job right away, but the best tip I can give you is get into a career that fulfills you, that allows you to do what you want. Family time, vacation more, travel more, have time independence, be your own boss. What do you want in your life? Ask yourself that before you get back from your vacation, before you get back from maternity leave. Because if you figure it out before you go, all right, then you can have a more structured plan on what you need to do and how you're going to do it while you're working your job. And then your job is just something that you're going to, but you're working on something on the side that's building your empire, all right, in the background. Does that make sense? So you're going to go to your job, but in the background, you're kind of building up this empire, this new career path that you're going to take and you're going to launch, that's going to progress your life, progress everything in your life 10 times more. And that's what you need to do. You need to realize what you want in your life, what you don't want in your life, and then you need to raise your standards. I've talked about this in many other videos. I know some of you guys are looking for a little bit different context in this video, but that's my viewpoint on it. Those are my tips on it. After you get back from vacation or maternity leave, that's what you need to identify with, because taking a vacation and doing those things, it really comes down to your core personality, and you can identify after you take a break from work what you want in your life and what you don't want in your life. You'll see a sense of fulfillment and a sense of unfulfillment, and you want to venture towards fulfillment rather than unfulfillment, and you know, look at things and options that can allow you to be more fulfilled. Okay, so that's my tip for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this simple, you know, straight to the point video. This is something, like I said, I ventured into back in 2014 because I hated my job. I wanted time, I wanted freedom, I wanted to be able to spend time with my family and also take vacations when I wanted to. And because of that, entrepreneurship for me through the internet was my calling. All right, that was my calling for me, and that was because I really wanted those things badly, and I knew a job wasn't going to allow me to do that. So that's what I ended up doing, and since then I've been full-time online. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. But that's it for today's video. I hope you really liked this. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, comment below. And before I end out anything, if you are seriously wanting to learn more about myself, about how I was able to actually do that, become a full-time internet entrepreneur in a period of about 5 months, it was from April to September 2014, I was able to go full-time online, fire my boss, create financial freedom. You can check out my website down below. It's 123marketingtips.com. If not, then I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace out. Bye-bye.